Sup, ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Card versus card starts right now. And for those of you who don't know how this works, we put 2 cards, make them fight. 3 cards, 4 cards, whatever. We don't do anime battles, we just give a discussion down, we run down of which one's better, which one's not. We read the effects off, everything you need to know starts right now. Okay, numbers are always on the top now. Alright, so Night Beam versus Nobleman Extermination. We're watching card versus card because I'm filming this first, that's why I say that. Alright, Night Beam says target one spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy that target, and then your opponent cannot chain or activate the card. Your opponent can't activate, your opponent can't activate target in response to this card's activation. Nobleman Extermination reads destroy one spell or trap face down, and then remove it from play. If the card is a trap card, both players search their deck, and it's banished, by the way. Both players search their deck and banish all cards with the same name. So if I hit a bottomless, I have to banish both of mine out. You have to banish the other one of yours out if it wasn't already played. So the question is, which one of these are better? Nobleman Extermination banishes the card, so if you hit a Solemn Warning, it's going to wreck them. Especially in something like Lightsworn if you main this. Night Beam, on the other hand, just says no. No chain, no banishing, no activating. They can chain another card and activate that card that you're targeting. But the main problem with that is, and hence why a lot of people are still overlooking Night Beam, is that, especially with the meta decks that we have right now, even if it's a set MST, it can ruin someone's day. It's simple as that. Because if they can't chain nothing and you're just blind Night Beaming, then it pays off pretty nicely. So this battle, Night Beam gets the win. Let's get out of here. To the next one. Okay, King Pearl Imp comes at Tachyon and lets you search a reptile monster. Gigant X, I'm just teasing. Gigant X, see, that's why I get for teasing. Allows you to search a machine. Both are pretty freaking cool, but one has to be the winner. Let me just make a reference to the Gremlins movie because I'm old. Oh look, it's Gizmo. What the hell happened to him? And now we'll make a reference to Gigant X. Oh, it's Jazz. You came back from the grave? Yeah, Transformers. Okay, so with those out of the way, and you can see, yeah, he comes out of Tachyon. Now, once per turn, you can detach one and search a reptile. There are a couple good targets that work with the gadgets really nicely, and he's dark. He's like the first. He's the first one. No, not the first. One of the only ones that are dark that are rank 4. So that's pretty cool. You can splash BLS in your deck now if you're running reptiles and effect failures. Gear Gigant X. I'm saying it so wrong because my tongue is so dry. It's secret rare, by the way, but you can search any machine. Let's run down the machines real quick, shall we? Karakuri, Yugioh, Machina, Gadget. Nothing else matters. King Pearl Imp can search a certain level 4 reptile and a couple other cool ones. I'm not undermining it, but this guy gets the win right here. X gets the win for a reason, because it's just more support for him. On to the next battle. Okay. In this battle, we have Forbidden Dress, Forbidden Lance, and Forbidden Chalice. 3 ladies step in, one's only walking out. It's a triple threat battle. Forbidden Dress negates card effects that would destroy or target. Lance negates spells and traps. Chalice negates monster effects but give a 400 boost. Lance gives a minus 800 attack, and this gives negative minus 600 attack negative. Okay. So the question is, what's better? Okay, let's run down what we have. We have Effect Veiler, and we have what's the other one? Venus Chain. And then we have Chalice. Chalice came first of the 3, then Chain, then Effect Veiler, in terms of when they were released. But what's more useful? Is Forbidden Chalice actually that useful to negate a monster effect off? Not really. Venus Chain is the best out of those three, so we can just X this off with using our little special effects, I guess, there. We'll just put a giant X. Okay. Forbidden Lance versus Dress now because Chalice lost. Okay. Out of these two, Forbidden Lance would be the better card because it negates spells and traps off. Dress is still an amazing card, better than Chalice in terms of playability. So the way they would score it would be Lance wins on top, Forbidden Dress gets second, Chalice gets last. Alright. Finally, this is what you heard me shuffling. Compulsory Constellar Polymiter M7. I'm just gonna call it M7, and Bryonac Dragon, the Ice Barrier Dragon. Of the Ice Barrier. Dragon of the Ice Barrier, there we go. 2300, 2700. Oop, nuggets. Had an Xbox controller drop. Okay, so we have M7 on the left, Bryo on the right. Bryo causes endless loops and bounces. M7 bounces can be overlaid on a smaller Constellar, and it can go into Gaia, which is BS. But Bryonac, on the other hand, is banned. But is it just because M7 hasn't had the time, or is it the endless loops? Honestly, it's because it's the endless loops and its bustedness of Bryonac. Now, if Bryonac was going to get an errata that said you cannot loop or else you surrender the game, then that would fix the whole freaking problem right there with Bryo. Then this would be a more fair battle per se, but I wanted to create some sort of debate. So Bryonac gets the win. M7, still an amazing card. You should make sure to pick it up in International 7 later out this Friday. Anyway, to the next battle, if there is one. I don't know what number we're on. It's time for two jumping bouncers and a dog in the back to face off. He's going to debate me on this. Beast God Vulcan versus Bryonac Dragon that is Barrier. I hope you like this little background. I wasn't sure. I'm filming this first on the frap. So anyway, Beast God Vulcan, when he's synchro summon, this guy right here on the left, when he's synchro summon, you can bounce one card from either player, from your opponent's side of the field, back to their hands. Pretty simple, right? He is now our go-to level 6, and hopefully we get him in the TCG side soon, because it would make a lot of synchro decks very, very, very happy. And I would probably main too, just because I like to bounce certain monsters back. Bryo, on the other hand, you can obviously read that it's in English. If you're Japanese or understand Japanese text, then you're going to be able to read Vulcan. But anyway, you can discard any number of cards or return the same number of cards on the field to the hand. Bryonac, you are banned for a reason because you constantly bounce stuff, and he's on 2 battles on this video. So the point is, who's better, Vulcan or Bryonac? And we're going on format here, so every format, card versus card, can switch. Alright, let's look at stats. 2,000, 1,600 on Vulcan, 2,300, 1,400 on Bryonac. Vulcan's got higher defense, but that don't matter. Bryo's got higher attack. Bryo could rip the tiger to shreds or bounce it to shreds. Simple as that. Honestly, Bryonac is more broken than freaking Vulcan. Why am I even doing this battle? Because they have similar effects, and it makes it fun to do. Alright, on to the next battle. On the left side, Starlight Road. On the right, Huge Revolution's over. It's time for them to verse and see which one's better. Stardust Road reads, activate only when an effect is activated that would destroy 2 or more cards you control, negate the effect, and destroy that card. Then you can special summon 1 Stardust from your extra deck. And apparently Stardust looks like that. There we go. Yeah, great. Huge Revolution is over. When a spell, trap, or effect monster effect is activated that destroys 2 or more cards on the field, negate the activation and banish it. It's a counter trap. Now the reason I went to the cat real quick, at the end of the video there's going to be a special clip. That was an outtake. It wasn't planned. It just happened because I was up here filming, and this is where the cats like to lay, and whatever. Cat fell. It was hilarious. Funny. Anyway, let's get into this. Starlight Road is not a counter trap, but gets you an extra deck monster boss. Huge Revolution is over. Cannot be negated by anything but Solemn Judgment. So, that's pretty funny. They're both really good cards, but
But only one can win. So who wins? Starlight Road or Huge Revolution's Over? Stardust Dragon isn't run in every single extra deck, and that's where the Huge Revolution's Over can shine. It can really shine, and just watch your opponent have to like pick up the card, read it, and say really, and then throw it back at you while they Solemn Judgment and pay half their life points and get burned by Gaga Cowboy. So like Road on the other hand negates the effect and then goes, I have a Stardust on field. Now you gotta jump over Stardust. Both are amazing cards, but only one can win. Starlight Road for the win. Because as a boss, it puts more pressure on than the Huge Revolution's Over. The Huge Revolution's Over still should be considered for your deck, but Starlight Road just is 10 times better. Alright, on to number 7.
Okay. Here we go. Cyber Dragon versus Solar Windjammer. This should be over here, but I kind of messed that one up. Whatever. Don't matter. Fix it in the next video. Cyber Dragon allows you to special summon this card if your opponent has a monster and you control no monsters. Solar Windjammer, on the other hand, if you control no monsters, you can just special summon it from your hand. But its original attack and defense become half. During each of your standby phases, increase this level by 1. There can only be one face of Solar Windjammer on the field. If that wasn't there, this card would have a really good chance of winning, but I have to minus points for that. I'm sorry. So, Solar Windjammer here is level 5. Cyber Dragon's level 5. Both light, both machine, great. Cyber Dragon goes Chimera Tech, or gets Chimera pooed on. Solar Windjammer can get Chimera pooed on, but you can't special summon it because you don't have the material. This helps you go like Stardust turn 1 on your turn. This has to wait a turn. But the question is, what's the better card for the format? Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dragon. It's going to be a very offensive format in a way. Grinding stuff does work, but 2400 defense ain't going to get you nowhere. And Cyber Dragon just is better of a card. Especially when you special summon this, it's going to lose half of that, so it's only going to be 1200 and 400. Looking at the facts, Cyber Dragon's just 10 times better. Someone's going to say, duh. Anyway, on to... We have Trishula versus her new form, Oberos. One ban, one legal. It don't matter, because we still do this on card versus card. We have Oberos on the left, Trishula on the right. Oberos reads, once per turn you can detach one exceed to activate one of these effects, and only once while this card's face up on the field. Target one card your opponent controls, bounce it to the hand. Send one card from their hand to the graveyard, random. Or target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. 2750, 1950 defense. Comes out of DT 7 and Hidden Arsenal 7, which will be opening later in the week on the council. Trishula reads, one tuner, two or more non-tuners. By the way, this is 3 level 4s. 2 more non-tuners, level 9, rank 4. When this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect to remove from play one card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. The card in the hand is chosen at random. For those of you who think this is still not broken, I summon Marksman, play Diva, Heavy Infiltrate summon, get Diva, to normal summon, then get Marksman, go to Trishula turn 1. Oberos, you can do turn 1 and 6 Samurai if you're lucky. 3 Keyzans. Simple as that. Or in gadgets by going Goldfish, Gadget, Double Summon, Gadget, Get Search, Overlay Oberos. But which of these queens is the more powerful monster? Even though her stats are better, Trishula's effect is more busted. Now you can argue the fact that when this is off the field, you can XYZ Reborn it and get its effect again. That's great and everything, but that's a 2-card setup. Trishula, on the other hand, both take 3 materials, by the way. Trishula, on the other hand, is banned for a reason, because you could just use it and 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 just win. The way you do that is simple. We have Daigusto Emerald now. So even if Bridleneck was left on the ban list, it don't matter. She's still busted. Alright, on to the next battle.
Okay, this one's a long debate. Bottomless Trap Hole versus Compulsory Evacuation Device. One banishes, one bounces. Okay, let's take a look at all the decks that Bottomless hits that are meta-wise. Elemental Dragons, Fire Fist, Mermail, to a certain extent. Not fully, just their big monsters. So, let's see, I know I'm missing one. And Evil Swarm. Evil Swarm, it hits bad. Compulse, let's see what that hits. It hits anything that exceeds. It's chainable, unlike bottomless, and it can bounce stuff. Would you want to bounce an E-Dragon? No. Would you want to bounce a High Priestess? No. Of course, you can't really bounce or banish the High Priestess because it's gonna get, your stuff's gonna get blown. I guess you could chain to the summoning of that, but still. Back to the point. Which of these two is better? Let's see. Overall, bottomless trap hole for this format. As the format goes on, things change, blah blah blah. Every format, Compulse can be better, bottomless can be better, but right now, bottomless. To the next battle.
On the left, weighing in at rank 7, we have Big Eye. And on my right, weighing in at rank 7, we have Drago Sackplane. Something along the Mecha Beast Drago Sackplane, who comes at Tachyon. 2 heavyweights, and we're going to start with Big Eye. Big Eye can steal your monster by detaching 1 Exceed material from it. It takes control of that monster, but then this card can't attack. Let me explain something. With Elemental Dragons, Big Eye, Big Eye, Big Eye, Big Eye, Big Eye, Big Eye, spam. With Drago Sackplane, you can spam 2 tokens, and as long as the tokens are on the field, this card cannot be destroyed, meaning if your opponent plays Torrential and you have some sort of tokens on the field, Drago Sackplane is going to remain on the board. And then you can tribute 1, you can destroy 1 to destroy 1 card on the field. It's a Scrap Dragon effect. So it's a built-in Scrap Dragon with built-in protection. That's a rank 7, 2600. Both of these Titans have. Drago Sack has 2200. Drago Sack destroys stuff while Big Eye steals it. Which of these 2 Titans is better to have in your extra deck? Honestly, for the format, it comes down to Drago Sackplane. For 50% of the duels, well, about 55, 65. And on the other 35 is around Big Eye. You just want to drop them. They're both amazing to have, but if you only can choose one, it's going to be Drago Sackplane. It's just amazing. I hope you enjoy this card versus card and this new layout and this new background. Please make sure to leave feedback, because I used to do this on Yugioh Deathmaster. Please make sure to leave feedback for next month's card versus card. Anything you want to see verse, leave it in the comments below. It doesn't have to make sense. And I will pick out a cool little background and do the text and all this stuff. If I don't have the cards, I do it this way, so this way you can physically see it. And then we go down 10 of them a month. So 10 cards in one card battle, card versus card battle. Simple as that. Hope to see you next month on Card vs. Card, but tomorrow we'll be back with a new video, and later in the week here in Arsenal 7. Peace.